How do you protect the things that are important about your culture as you grow? It will be different, right? At 100 people, you'll be totally different than you were at 500 people and 700. And that's just because you have to operate with more maturity. You have to operate differently, but you don't have to lose everything. So what's important is you identify and you can articulate and you have a conversation around what is important about your culture as you scale. Like, what do you still want to protect? And what are you like, hey, we lose these things and that's okay. And so if you can articulate that, then you can invest in saying, how do we go forward? So here's a couple different things, right? We have just 4 values. If you have 15 values or 10 values or something that people can't remember, then there isn't a point to them because they won't be effective. Then B, you have to keep making sure that they're authentic. So every 2 years, we look at our values and say, are they still real and are they not? So for example, we just completed this exercise at Snyk now and said, hey, our values 2 years ago when we were 100 people might not be the same today at 800. So what feels real? And we asked all our employees and we had a lot of questions. We kind of did a scientifically designed survey around this. And basically, firstly, we got back that they love all of our current values and they feel real. Like everything we got is a score of like out of a score of 5, everything was more than a 4, right? 4.5, 4.7. Like, so we felt they all scored really highly. But within that, there was one value that scored the least. So scored like, let's say 4 out of 5 rather than 4.3, 4.4, than the others. So we knew, okay, there's a little bit of a weak point here, even though they're all high. Then we had introduced something new and we said, hey, if this is something that we hear, here's a new value that we've never introduced to the company before, but we hear people talking about it all the time. What would you feel about this? And that value very funnily scored the highest out of all of our current values. So it scored like 4.9 out of 5. And so we were like, wow, we really need to replace something that is a little bit weaker with this other thing that has organically, without us doing anything, has become a part of our personality and our company because of the way we're thinking and operating. And so that's like, to me, that's the test of these values are real. Employees are inputting into them, and they just, because of that, they feel a part of our DNA. They're authentic.